So you saw the thumbnail, you saw the title, you already know what this video is about. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel here, and today I'm gonna be ranking all of the guns in Pixel Gun Tower Defense. The last video blew up, and I think the best way to just continue that is just to make more videos about this game. Right here is all 19 guns from Pixel Gun Tower Defense, way more than the 2 characters that this game has. To accommodate for this, I have gotten some new rankings. So I can express like my emotions and my feelings about these guns more accurately. So yeah, without even wasting any time, let's just jump into this. First of all, let's get like the free guns out of the way first. This is completely like out of order, by the way, I'm so sorry. So yeah, the Pixel Gun. This is like the first one of the beginner guns in the game, and you guys already know it's straight trash. You barely get any use from it unless you're like a total beginner. It struggles even in recruit mode. The only way the Pixel Gun can have its users is during like, I don't know, wave 1 to like wave 6 or something like that. And yes, it's cheap, yes, it's for the beginners, yes, it's a free gun, but yeah, it's trash. And ever since I got like my first golden friend and my first Armageddon, like literally I have never looked back and I've never used this gun ever again. The shotgun, it's kind of poor as well. Like the shotgun's range is just shit, but still though, as its beginning weapon, it is incredibly good. It has more longevity than the Pixel Gun, but after you get like your first few set of weapons and you go past like level 10, you barely use this gun. So yeah, that's like the beginner guns out of the way, I guess. Okay, we got the Uzi-Uzi, which is in the new update, and no, no. It's going to the bin, bro. It's going to the bin. And from what I heard from all of my friends, all of them collectively agree that this gun is just garbage. One of the biggest sins of the Uzi-Uzi that I've never seen in any other tower defense game before, it's that it actually takes away the camo detection of the gun. Yes, you heard it here, folks. A gun takes away its camo detection, which in my opinion is stupid. One of the biggest things about early game is that you have to get early camo detection incredibly fast. And for a gun to take away camo detection, an early gun as well, no. You're going to the bin. The grenade launcher is kinda, it's like a worse version of the Armageddon, but it's quite cheaper. I would say it's pretty viable, to be honest. The Armageddon does everything better than the grenade launcher. The thing about the grenade launcher is that it's super cheap. If you're like a recruit or something, I can see you using this. But in my opinion, I feel like the Armageddon just does everything better than the grenade launcher, to be honest. Exterminator, yes, this is the first good gun in the game. Excellent. Exterminator is leagues above all of these 4 guns. It's $260. It's only $40+ more expensive than the grenade launcher, and holy shit, it is so much more better, to be honest. Exterminator is just incredibly good. It's one of the first guns that I bought, and it's one of the guns that I still use to this day. It's kind of getting swapped out. I'm getting more characters, I'm getting like more people, I'm getting more guns in, but I gotta thank Exterminator because like it was one of the first guns that I bought, and it was one of the guns that I truly believe was one of the best guns of all time. If you're like a beginner player, I recommend using this. This gun has one of the longest lifespans in this game, and it's gonna serve you till like level 20 or level 25. The automatic Peacemaker, I mean, yeah, excellent gun. The reason why I'm not putting it at like must-have is because some of its debuffs are just incredibly shit. It's a machine gun, of course. It's incredibly good. Its damage output is insane. And its price is actually pretty reasonable as well. There are times where the reload time of the minigun killed me off, but they're few and far in between. And I think, yeah, the AP is, or the automatic Peacemaker if you prefer. It's a good gun. It's a really good gun. It's an excellent gun. And this thing can survive to a late game, to be honest. This game can still survive to like veteran mode, late game, you know, in those last struggle rounds. The AP can help you and bail you out in those situations. The poison darts are one of the guns that I rarely use. I don't use the poison guns that much. I think there was a period of like 2 days that I used it. The community seems to be really divided on this. Some of my friends say that this gun is good, and some of my friends say that this gun is just completely dog water, but I think it comes to personal preference. For me, I like direct damage. I don't like poison damage where it just chips off people's health over time. I don't like that. It's quite versatile as well. There are a few characters that can go well with the poison darts, and yeah, I feel like This gun is pretty good, to be honest. It's pretty good. It has a niche use. This is like not a really popular choice, but yeah, I think it deserves a spot. The CLC. It's gonna give it pretty good, to be honest, as well. The CLC is definitely a solid choice. One of the biggest things about the CLC that I have like a problem with is that it's too overpriced. $700. No, I'm not gonna fork over $700 for the CLC. Shut up. Like the Exterminator, the Automatic Peacemaker, the Armageddon. Like these guns are not as good as the CLC, but they are way cheaper and they do like 80% or 90% of the job well done. $700 is stupid, in my opinion. This gun does not deserve to be as expensive as it is, even though it's good or whatever, but like for $700 I'd rather save up and get something like worth thousands, like the Electromagnetic Cannon, to be honest. This gun is kind of having like an existential crisis because it's like a mid-game type of weapon. It's too bad to be a late-game type of weapon, and it's too expensive to be an early-game type of weapon. Maybe if its settings are tweaked a little bit, maybe it becomes cheaper or its stats are buffed. I can see this having a use. For now, it stays in a pretty good category. You can use it if you want, but it's kind of a money waster, to be honest. Now, the Golden Friend, it's a must-have. It's a must-have, definitely. The CLC is like loads better than the Golden Friend, to be honest, but holy shit, it's so much more cheaper. A Golden Friend is like $175. That's a steal, bro. The Golden Friend is not a fantastic gun. It loses its importance by like late game or even like mid game. The thing about the Golden Friend is that it's that cheap. I think this is the best eco gun in this entire game. You must have this gun in your pockets. Even if you're like a beginner player, if you're really intermediate or expert player, you must have this gun in your arsenal because it's the definitive eco gun. It's the best eco gun in the entire game. This gun will serve you well for pretty much as long as you play this game. The Brutal Headhunter packs the punch. It is insane. The Brutal Headhunter is a must-have. The damage output that this thing loads in is crazy. Coupled with the Hitman, and this man will carry you in Veteran, bro. I swear to God. The only gripes I have about it is that it's trash against hordes, but it's good against bosses. One of the worst things I see people doing is using the Brutal Headhunter with the camper. And I understand you're saving some money, but you're literally killing off Headhunter's potential if you're using the camper with this. Just use the Hitman with it, man. It's an investment, and that investment is gonna save you in the long run. The camper hit, it doesn't give the Brutal Headhunter its full due credit. It doesn't push it to like its full potential, to be honest. The bow is one of the guns that I barely use. Yeah, I would say it's pretty good. It's a gun that I barely use, but what I see from friends, it's kind of like a bridge between the shitty sniper rifle and the Brutal Headhunter. And for its price, it's kind of and I can see people using this. It's kind of like a bridge. One of the things that I don't like is that it has like the bullets have like all the arrows have travel time, and I don't like that, to be honest. I like shit to be like hit scan. But yeah, I can see this having some use in like mid game, late game. I can see this having some use, but personally it's not my cup of tea, but I feel like some people would like this, to be honest. The sniper rifle is viable, definitely. The camper and this sniper rifle can do wonders. It can do wonders together, but it's ultimately useless at late game. The camper and the sniper rifle can help you during like early game and such, and they're pretty cheap. Both of them are like, I don't know, maybe like less than 1,500. So yeah, if you're like a beginner to recruit player, you're strapped on cash, you don't have much money, I recommend getting that duo so you can place these people in the cliffs. They will help you a lot during recruit mode and will still be useful for you even in general mode. Alright, the Armageddon. I would say it's pretty good. It's actually a pretty cheap price of 400, which may be like a lot in like recruit or general. I feel like the Armageddon is just incredibly good in the general phase. The AoE comes into clutch sometimes during hordes, but the reason why I feel like this gun is not as good as, let's say, these guns absolutely shit on the Armageddon in terms of like dealing with hordes and whatever. It's still a solid choice. It will serve you well for like some time, but I feel like once you get like these two guns, the Armageddon basically gets replaced and it's usually worthless. The prototype, must have. definitely, the prototype is a must-have. The prototype is extremely expensive. It's an entirely late game weapon. If you're an expert, if you have everything done, the prototype is a must-have for you, especially during late game. I see this being one of the most used guns in like late game. I understand if you're like a beginner to immediate player, you can't have this gun. You literally don't have to worry about getting the prototype, because this is like, the prototype only really counts in like the very last few waves. Other than that, you won't see much prototype use, to be honest, because it's super expensive, and I recommend beginner to intermediate players to save up for things like the automatic Peacemaker, or like something like brutal Headhunter, or something that's cheaper, I guess, something that's not cost like 4,000 bucks. So yeah, if you're like a beginner to intermediate player, don't worry about this yet. Don't worry about the prototype. It's something that you use like later on. Electromagnetic Cannon, I'm gonna just say accident. I don't know why, it's kind of like a preference thing, but I don't really like the Electromagnetic Cannon as much as the prototype. I personally love how this gun has like the chain damage and how it deals with hordes. That thing has saved me loads of times, but I can see why people might get turned off by it, because its price is super expensive. When this gun is so expensive, it drills the hole out of my wallet. And if you're an advanced player, I heavily recommend you to use this. And now here are the melee weapons. These melee weapons, the Bone Crusher, oh, god damn it, no, I'm not even gonna put it at poor. It's going to the bin. It's going to the absolute bottom of the thing. I'm convinced that nobody uses the Bone Crusher, to be honest. Dirt cheap deploy cost, but it doesn't matter. It's almost the same thing as like the pixel gun. It's pretty much useless by like wave 6 or wave 5. There's no point using the Bone Crusher, in my opinion. There are way better guns that have way more longevity than the Bone Crusher. The Bone Crusher, you use it to like wave 6, wave 10, and it's done. It's basically useless at this point. The knife is kind of better. It has more longevity, but it's also like way more expensive. And at this point, if you're paying like 200 plus for a sword, you might as well get the Golden Friend at that point. You might as well. The Golden Friend is just loads better at like a lower price. There's no point getting any of the melee guns. Maybe there will be like a high tier melee gun in the future, maybe like a lightsaber or some shit, but for now, the melees are absolutely useless and you should not use them, to be honest. The Ultimatum, yeah, definitely the Ultimatum. The reason why the Ultimatum looks different is because I am actually not level 35 yet. I've never used the Ultimatum in my life. The closest thing I ever got to using the Ultimatum is seeing other people use it in like their gameplays and shit, and from what I can see, the Ultimatum is extremely overpowered. And for the lower price of 250, really? The Ultimatum is a must-have for anyone over level 35. There's no reason not use the Ultimatum, in my opinion. So yeah, that's basically my tier list. I hope this can help you, I guess. One of the best things that I saw from my comment section was that people started having civil discussions and shit about the guns, the characters that they like. And to be honest, I like that. I like that quite a lot. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this tier list helped you in your journey, I guess, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.